I'm Lauren from Baby Calm and Toddler Calm York in North Yorkshire, and I help parents to create calmer, more peaceful family lives for them and their children. When I first found out that I was going to be a mother, I was terrified. I just was so excited, elated, I desperately wanted it, but I was utterly terrified, and so I read everything. I read books about labor, birth, bringing up your baby. And in retrospect, it was probably a massive mistake, because all of the books I read were by baby experts who passed off their opinion as fact, who didn't know my children, who had no connection to my children. And I really felt like I needed to follow these rules in order to do my job properly. I wanted to be a really great mother, and I felt that that was the way that you did it until he was born. And then all of a sudden, it just didn't work for me. You know, do I follow my guts or the guru? Do I follow those rules in the books, or do I follow my own rules? You know, do I listen to my baby, or do I listen to the baby expert? And I felt so conflicted. It was a really difficult time. I felt overwhelmed by what to do. You know, I know what it's like to spend hours crying because you're so tired that you desperately need sleep, and trying to sleep train but not being able to follow through with it. I know what it's like to Google things like, why is my baby crying? You know, looking for answers elsewhere instead of listening to my baby. You know, I know what it's like to be incredibly frustrated and trapped in this cycle of doing the same things over and over and, you know, never getting any different results. And I just sat there thinking, there must be a different way of doing things. And what if I was to tell you that there was? You know, what if I told you that there is a totally possible way to bring up your children in a happy, enjoyable way, you know, never punishing them? Can you imagine never punishing your child, but still setting limits, not being permissive at all? You know, what if I told you that you could do away with the naughty step, with timeouts? You could build a strong relationship with your children so that they would want to cooperate with you rather than constantly butting heads. You know, what if I told you that you could create a team with your child? What if you could work with them instead of feeling like you're always in a battle against them? So I want you to imagine for a moment what it might be like, you know, to actually enjoy parenting, to wake up in the morning to some sticky little cuddles from your toddler, to go downstairs, to have a breakfast where you can sit and enjoy, you know, chat to your child, think about what you're going to do that day. Then they go and get dressed, or they let you dress them, and you're out of the door on time, and you go to the park and you make memories and you have fun and you're silly together. And then when it's time to go home, they come home. You know, when it's bedtime, you have a relaxed bedtime routine. You put them into bed after stories, they go to sleep. It is entirely possible. All of that can happen, but you need to start doing things in a different way. You know, there are always challenging moments when you're a parent. There are always going to be times when you shout at them, when you lose your cool, when things don't seem to be going well. But if your overwhelming sense of parenthood is one of happiness, of enjoying it rather than a constant battle with your children, it's possible. And you know, the best thing about it all is I will not tell you what to do. So it sounds crazy, but it's true. You know, I'm here to give you information to help you understand how your child's brain works, how they're going to develop and grow, and then I'm going to be there to support you to use that information so that you can devise a way of parenting that works for you and your child. It's not about you have to do this, this, and this at all. It's about what works for you and your family. It's a way of putting you and your child on the same team so that you can get what you want out of life, but so can your child. I'll give you tips and techniques on how to manage those tricky situations, but I'm also going to give you the tools so that you can come across any situation and know how you might handle it in the way that works best for you and your family. It's a massive change. It's a different way of thinking, but it's evidence-based. You know, it's backed in science. It makes sense and it works. I mean, my son's 6 now, my daughter's 2. It works. So do you really want to spend tomorrow, the next day, doing the same old thing getting the same old results? Or do you want to take action, be brave, and actually give yourself some choices, be making your decision from an informed base where you know all the information about parenting, about your children, about how they develop, and then you can make the best decision for your family. So if this sounds like something that you might like to do, then send me a message on Facebook. You can email me, you can have a look at my Facebook or my website. I'll put all the details below, and I'm really, really looking forward to meeting you and helping you create a happier, calmer family life. Bye.